Yes, sir.
Just a second, students. It is loading actually. Okay, we had seen our we were here in the previous class. Okay, public relation plan. Two types I told. Okay, public relations. One is public audit, and which under it comes under proactive PR strategy. There are two types. That is proactive and reactive. So under proactive, I told two types. First one is the public relation audit, in which we are first trying to find out, okay, what company really thinks of us, or what kind of attitude is the people, okay, or the customers have towards my company. Then the second one is we try to gather the positive things of the company, then we will try to portray it to them, so that if they are having a negative image or negative attitude towards the products of my company, then it could be changed or it could be modified. So this is the public relation audit. Second is public relation plan. So here we are having different steps to be done. Okay. So first take the situational analysis. What is there in the minds of the people? What they are thinking about me at present. Okay. Then program the objectives. So what you want them to think about your product or your company, about your organization. So just that could be one of the objectives. Okay, so based on the situational analysis you need to have some objectives. Then what is the purpose? So after doing this, after achieving the objectives, what are you going to achieve, or what is the purpose of doing all these things? Okay, the overall purpose of the PR should be specified in relation to other channels in IMC. Okay, so there are many different channels we have gone through. Okay, in the previous modules. So, like, what relation are we specifying? Okay, what kind of PR should be specified towards which kind of media channel? Okay, so all these things are being taken care in the program purpose phase. Then comes communication. Here, what kind of media vehicle I am using, based on what is my way of communication, whether it is an audio visual one, or it is an audio one, or it is a print ad. Okay, so it depends on that. You are trying to find out what kind of media vehicle I'll be using. Okay, it could be social media as well. Okay, then the message to be delivered to the public is decided. So what message I want to tell? So based on the message, we are basically trying to change the thinking about the company. Okay, so it has to be very cleverly set. Okay, the particular message has to be made or uh, told to the customers in a right way. Okay, in a way that they can understand, and the mindset of the customers changes, okay, in the way we require. Then comes to reactive PR strategy. So the name itself says reactive. We are basically reacting. The earlier one, it was proactive. So there was nothing to react. We are doing on it on our own. Okay, from the company side. But here we are reacting to something. So it is called as reactive PR strategy. So it is used to solve a problem or to defend some issue. Okay, so you might have come across so many issues which come across the so many companies. Okay, like if you see the classic for the biggest one, who like everybody knew about it and are very much involved, like the Maggie one. Okay, content of lead, which was more than the prescribed level, or more than the level which it should not cross. Okay, so that is one of the problem which was faced by the company. Okay, there were allegations, and later on it was proved to a certain extent. Then they made particular changes. Then it was released into the market. So this is what is we are defending now. Okay, so there is some allegations, we are reacting. Okay, so this is called as reactive PR strategies. Then it is mostly a defensive strategy. So it is basically taken in place to defend and to minimize the loss. If you, as a company official, top level official who is responsible for taking all these things, so you yourself, if you say, or if you keep quiet, if somebody is telling something about the company which is basically harming the reputation of the company. So what will people think? Yes, it might be true, so people are quiet. So you need to react. You need to tell something. Okay, what is being done, what steps to be taken, whether it is fake news or is there any truth in whatever is being told. So these things. So in even news, if there's somebody some allegations are put on certain company, we are waiting for the spokesperson or the top level management to come and speak. Okay, so some people were telling about like recently in vaccines. If you see Adar Punawala, okay, who is he? He is the top level management, basically one of the top level management. That is the MD of the Serum Institute of India. So where most of the vaccines are produced, like who are having the patents like, rights basically to produce. So those are being produced in the Serum Institute of India. Okay, so there were some allegations that they are not preparing as per the requirement or they are underutilizing and also. So many media houses they were waiting for the reply from Aadhar Punawala. So what was the problem? Whether what is stated is true or no? Okay, so can they deliver these many doses as asked by the government? Okay, so these all things are there. So whether to get to know, so how will you come to know capacity of a particular company? So somebody has to come forward and tell, right? We are having like per day we are producing these many vials, okay, or these many doses, okay. Only we can supply then. So otherwise you cannot say like, okay, I need some 500 crores of vaccine doses tomorrow. So is it possible? It might be if the production capacity is there and is that particular person is not having any pre-orders. So first, if you order now, first you will be in queue. Okay, so the people who have given the orders before you will be given the vaccines. Then your turn will come. Okay, so you cannot just like that tell anything that comes to your mind. Okay, so these were some allegations put on the Serum Institute of India, and there was a spokesperson. So he's reacting now to the many allegations which were put on. So allegations, why I am telling is, it might be true, may not be true. That is called as allegation. So just a statement I am making. So the later on when you check out, okay, or when you investigate, so then you find out whether it is true or false. Till then it is an allegation. Okay, then it is generally used when events beyond the control of the company happen, showing the company in bad light. So basically, yes, we are trying to minimize the damage. That's what I told. So it is not in the hands of the company now. It has gone out. So the company is not having any control over what is happening. So at this time, yes, there is a PR team which comes in, rushes in, and they say, yes, investigation is going on, this is happening, that is happening, we are trying to find out. So similar things, so many like scams and all I have seen now. So about the banks and all, recently, Yes Bank, okay, then Punjab National Bank. So what used to happen? So later on, we got to know there were some issues and share price fell. Then there were major modifications done in the top level management. So this is the later part. But as and when some things come out, okay, there will be some investigations done by the authority. Okay, the governing authority. In this case, it is RBI for banks. So it will start an investigation stating that whether these things are really true, what were alleged. Okay, so we'll find out and they'll get to know. So similarly, some issues were there with Infosys. So in US as well. So it is a listed company in US Stock Exchange. Okay, or NYSE we call New York Stock Exchange, which is in US. So even there they had some issues. There the governing body is SEC. Okay, SEC we call it. Okay, securities SEC. I don't remember the full form, but it is somewhere related to security exchange only. Okay, Security Exchange Commission, yes, SEC, Security Exchange Commission. So they will investigate. So like a year and a half back, if you see, there was a huge fall in the Infosys shares just after the bonus. Okay, they had a bonus where when the stock price was on 1400, so it fell to 700. Then when these things came out that there were some irregularities or they were not following the rules of the SEC and all, some allegations were there. So it was investigated by the agencies, okay, or the regulating authorities, then it came to know that there were nothing as such. Okay, so again, the price came up. So when it was 700, it fell to around 580, 590. That is what I remember. Now presently it is around 1300 or 1400 rupees. So from there in just one and a half year, it has almost doubled. Okay, so that's how it works. Then the company tries to protect its images in a positive way and giving clarification to the allegations. Just explain. So they'll come out and they'll say, okay, there's nothing wrong with us as of now. The investigation is going on. Let's see what will happen. So these things are there which they try to protect the image of the company. Then the reaction of the company has to be very quick to minimize the damage to the company's reputation. As soon as some allegation comes, if it comes in news or something, there should be some statement, okay, from the person who is in charge of something. Okay, he should be in a position where people, if he tells people, they should be ready to listen to him. Just like that, nobody can tell, okay, he should be the representative of the company or the spokesperson from the company's side. It could be anyone who is a person of authority. An example, the reaction of Coca-Cola. So this is a bit older example. The reaction of Coca-Cola when they said there was a report that it contains pesticide. Okay, still many people think yes it is true and all, but we never know what it is there. So there were so many things done. So later on they came to know yes the carbonation is bit higher. Okay, in the sense I hope you know what is carbonation. So when you open the bottle, there is some sound, right? So what is that? That's the carbon dioxide that is present inside. If the carbonation is more, so it may react and they say, okay, it cleans well. Wherever the cleaning agent is not doing well, we are using Coca-Cola and all. Is this because so many reactions happen and all? So leave about that. But the example of some allegations, Coca-Cola, they had allegations that it has pesticides and all. You already know about the history of it, right? Then the steps to be followed in reactive PR strategy and public relation audit. So this is needed to understand the current perception of the public about the company. It will also help in design the message for the defense. So what is the company like people thinking now about the company after the allegations? Then you should devise a message stating that it should try to minimize the damage. Okay, or it should be able to defend the company from the allegation for time being till the investigation or till the people are trying to find out the solution or so they are trying to find out whether really it has happened or what. So we can call it as investigation. So weak area identification. Here the company has to identify the areas where it is vulnerable. In the sense where the damage can maximum happen. The weakest link what we call. Okay, the weak area identification. Here the company has to identify the areas where it is vulnerable. Example, like if some allegation comes or certain particular company it is harming the environment. Okay, so they are leaving the wastewater into the river directly untreated also. So some environmental issues, product quality issues. See, if one thing comes out, so there are so many things people try to dig on the company. Okay, so if one thing they are really doing bad, but that is not coming into picture first, something else has come, then they'll take a whole company as a study, then they can do a study relating, okay, this also was there, that allegation was made. Still, you could see, okay, and if some company has some problems, then they'll try to dig up the past. Okay, so this allegation was made, that was made, then this was said by this committee, that was said by that committee. Okay, so these things will come into picture. So, like if there is an environmental issue, really, okay, but there nobody knows about it and nobody is concerned. But suddenly some things come up where some allegations are made which were not related to these environmental issues. But later, as the company is in focus, people try to get something about it, and these things also come. Okay, just as an example, I gave you weak area identification. Okay, these are the two PR things that we do in reactive strategy, where trying to find out what they think and form a message which can be used to defend. Then weak area identification, which area we are basically are facing or we are what we call are in weak area basically, where the competitors also at this particular time, even competitors may try to harm you and capture your market share. Okay, so in which areas are you vulnerable? You need to find out and try to strengthen those areas. Okay, so these are PR things, that is two things. One is the reactive strategy and the other is proactive strategy. Then comes publicity. What is publicity? Publicity refers to the generation of news about a person, product, or service that appears in broadcast or print media. Okay, it is a subset of public relations effort and is highly credible and is perceived as not sponsored by the company. So many a times you could see, okay, that many news come out about the company, it might be good or bad. Basically, publicity is we take it as good news only. But even publicity, that's why it is called as negative publicity also. There is opposite of publicity also. We usually take publicity as positive. So negative publicity and positive publicity. So here it is usually said that if it is publicity, so it is not paid by the company. It is done. It is happening on its own. So there are so many news. Okay, so this, for example, negative publicity is a bad news. Company will not pay someone to publish it or to air it. Right, something like this. Even the positive news also, when the company is not paying someone to put this news. Okay, so if something good is being done by the company, yes, there are media people, there are people who from themselves write all the articles or have a feature of this particular thing what the company has done. So this is basically publicity where it is not sponsored by the company. So even 1 rupee is also not given by the company to have this particular ad or run this particular campaign or something. Okay. So then what are goals of publicity? To overcome any negative publicity about the organization. Usually, publicity, that's what I said, positive. When we say publicity, we focus on positive things. So that's why to overcome any negative publicity. Is there any wrong thing that is moving in the market about my product or my company? So, if something good you are doing and that is basically done to cover up or to change the mindset of the people basically, then to react to the potential threat created by the news. Okay, so just like that some news people might have some allegations without any proof or so. So till that, yes, even publicity is used to manage that as well. Then it has to reassure the consumers of the product's safety and rebuild their confidence in the company. So in the previous classes I explained. So if something new in the like in the market is coming, so people are not ready to buy. They are reluctant to buy because they don't have trust. Okay, whether how that particular product is, we have never heard about the product. We have never heard about the company. Okay, if something happens to whom I we need to ask. Okay, so all the information. So if it is a very big company, yes, without knowing where to ask or whom to meet, you know that there is a set mechanism. If you are having any issues or problems, okay, you already know about this. But if a new company is there, okay, whether the owners are trusted or no, so that's why if you see like any IPOs or anything comes, so they'll even see who are the promoters. So which all companies they have created, if any, are they successful? Are they having any issues? Okay, so all these things are very important. Who are the founders and all to have the trust, okay, of the people on the product or the company. So similarly here, something happens when someone strong in the company who is very reputed comes and says, no, this is false. Okay, we are working on it. So don't worry. We are there to take care of your uh, whatever. It could be take care of your health, whether it is health related, finance, it is finance related. Like earlier, if you have seen, like stock market again, I'll give the example. There was no regulatory body. Then there was a lot of issue where people or the companies started cheating the retailers or the stockholders. It used to happen earlier. Now there is SEBI, a body has come stating that yes, something happens, you can come to us. We are there to help you. Okay, if something happens, you can bring it to our notice and we'll take necessary actions. We are here to safeguard your investments. So when this was said, there are many people who are reluctant earlier to come and invest. So they also started coming and investing. Similarly, RBI it is very long. So SEBI has come now. Later, like before SEBI, there was no governing body for the uh, stock exchange. So RBI is there from long back, so that may not fit proper here as an example. Okay. Then the goals of publicity can be divided into three types. One is merchandising or sales orientation. So what is this? The goals of this type of publicity is to increase sales. So this publicity, that is merchandising or sales orientation, we are basically trying to increase the sales of my product or of my different products or the product range of the company. Like calling authors of books to give autographs to his or her book buyers. Like if a new launch is happening, you are calling the author and you are getting a signed copy of it. Okay, so this is a kind of publicity which is being done. Okay, so the people who come over there are not paid. Okay, or they are not being paid earlier to come over there. It's being just said that okay, the author of this particular book is coming here for the uh, release of the book, and you might get a signed copy of the book. So if the person is very well known, or the that particular book that is being sold, so if it is a very popular one, like if you remember the Harry Potter series, so if people knew that a particular book was being released, there is a huge queue. Okay, something like the new iPhone. So even for iPhone, there used to be a big queue stating that I am the owner of the first iPhone or so. So similarly, for Harry Potter books, there was a huge queue, okay, huge line basically to buy the books. So if it was tomorrow, so today night by around 12 or 2 or 3, the line used to start so that they could get the initial copies or the first copies of that particular book. Okay, it could be autographed or may not. Okay, we never know. So if they say okay, the first 10 books will be autographed by the author, then yes, there would be huge rush. Okay, to be the first 10 people. Okay, then calling women for a demonstration about the new kitchenware. Okay, celebrities and all the cooks or the women, okay, basically who are the users of this particular kitchenware will be called for the demonstrations and all. Can you check this? Okay, see, this is how easy it is. So it could be like a dishwash or a scrub or something like that. Just as an example, there could be other things like oxyfryers are there, new cookwares are there, uh, new way of chopping boards are there. Okay, so all these things they call woman basically, or any chef, okay, who is renowned. Then comes entertainment orientation. So second one is only for entertainment. Like these are events whose main aim is to generate goodwill or image. Okay, so here we are not looking for sales, we are looking for goodwill. Okay, so the valuation of a company may be way higher. Okay, the goodwill cannot be put in terms of money. Okay, but if the company is having like net worth of some 500 million or 500 like 2 billion or 3 billion, take whatever, but if the company is having very good, okay, or very high goodwill, so it is worth much more than that. So in papers if you see, okay, in papers if you see, it is only costing you some 500 million or 1 billion or 2 billion, but the real cost, okay, including the goodwill, can go up to 15 million billion or 20 billion. So if just the valuation is 1 or 2 billion, because the people are having so much of goodwill about the company, if something comes out, people will run and hide. Okay, so by which the sales will increase and the revenues will also increase. That's why they say goodwill has a lot of value. So to gain the goodwill, these people are doing events. Okay, and the main aim is to generate goodwill or a better image of the company in the minds of the people. Okay, it gets media coverage. Okay, these things what they do, they are having media coverage. Then sales may not be relevant here. Okay, so so best example I could give you about this entertainment oriented is like it is virtual or it is hypothetical. Okay, example from a movie. So many of us or many of you might have seen the movie Iron Man. Okay, in that some Stark Expo comes. So this Stark Expo is not selling anything over there. Okay, is basically trying to gain the goodwill of the people or to have a better image that yes, I am here, I'll protect my country, I'll protect you as people or the citizen of this particular country. and there he's showcasing what all he has basically in the Stark Expo. So this is kind of an example or an event where it is not being done for sales. It is being done to generate the goodwill. Okay, to get the acceptance of the people. Okay, so sales may not be the relevant thing. So providing company auditorium for cultural events. Okay, so it happens like this for the uh, company employees and all. A particular auditorium of a company could be given for some functions and all. So here they will not ask any money or a very small amount just to take care of that particular auditorium if you're doing a function like cleaning up if you do something over there, so there might be some whatever garbage and dust and everything would be generated, so to remove that and to maintain a small cost could be taken. Okay, so only that. So what they are doing, they are getting or increasing the goodwill of the employees towards the company. So and even the people who come over there for the function, they say, okay, the company is so good, the infrastructure is so good. So even they may have a good image of the company later on. So if you are the person of this particular company, if you are working in this company, then what all things you will be getting. Okay, so or what all additional perks. Okay, so these things are very much important in the second object, that is the entertainment oriented. And the third one is the education oriented. What is this? Here the organization organizes a program. Okay, the earnings of which is given to some noble cause like building a sports complex or indoor stadium, or it is being donated to some cause, okay, like cancer, or it could be presently, if you see now about the COVID patients and all. So many things are there. So these are some educational oriented, that okay, there is something for which we are doing this particular show. Okay, and the amount that is being generated here is being donated to a particular cause. Okay, so you might have seen if you are seeing YouTube and all. So there are some actors and sports people who are coming there in between ads, stating that a particular person or a kid is suffering from some okay. So or something like this. At present times, we cannot go for some public events and all. Or earlier, if you would have seen like a small football match was done, or a small premiering was done, where many people used to come and donation would be collected, and there would be some tickets and all. Whatever the amount was generated would be given to a particular cause or to some person for some good cause. So this is what is education oriented. Then, if you ask me, okay, the difference between the public relations and publicity. See, here you can see public relations is a long-term strategy and extends over a period of time. Publicity, short-term. People tend to forget this publicity thing. Okay, then it is public relations. It is designed to provide positive information about the firm. Okay, publicity, always it is positive. So as a company, if you see, we need only positive things to be circulated in the people or the circulated with the customers or the prospect customers. But it is usually controlled by the firm or its agent, that is PR. It is basically a campaign which is done from scratch. So what are the objectives, how it is done, planning is done, process, and the different steps are there. So all these things come under public relations. If you are doing public relations, it will cost you also. Then it is not always under the control of the organization. Positive or negative, it runs like wildfire in the market. Okay, the publicity. Then it is paid by the organization. PR is paid by the organization. Here it is not always paid by the organization. Publicity, many a times it is not paid by the organization. It just happens from word of mouth or in some other way, where certain aspect of a company or certain information about the company spreads like wildfire. Then it creates impact by proclamation. Okay, here the second one is it creates impact by deeds. Proclamation is I say that yes, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Okay, I'm involved with these people. I'm proclamating. I mean, I'm self-saying all those things from the company. If you see, this company says, I'm helping these people, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Okay, I'm donating here. So this is proclamation. That is, I am proclaiming that I am doing all these things. But here it creates impacts by it. Even if I don't say and I do all those things, somebody or some time or after some period of time, someone or the other will take it and kind of publicity happens. Here, the company is not doing anything. They are doing their work, plus they are helping people, but they are not publicizing it. But because of the good deeds, it happens on its own. Okay, that is what it creates impact by deeds, what they do. Here, they claim that I have done it. Okay, I have donated so much there. I have done this. Okay, I have donated to the army's welfare fund or the police welfare fund. Okay, so all these things if they are proclaiming, they are basically using it for the PR uh, to basically have the good image. But many companies do all these things, but they don't say anything. But later on, it comes out. Okay, that is called as publicity. And uses sponsored events to achieve the purpose. Here, sponsoring and all other stuff happens in public relations. And publicity, only press release. Okay, they are not the press people are not paid anything. But in sponsored events and all, the company is paying something. Okay, they're paying some amount for a sponsorship of an event or sponsorship of some items. Okay, or some equipment or something like that. So amount is being given by the company. But here in publicity, no. The press release comes or it is directly sent to the offices of the press or they are called and a particular information is disseminated. Okay, so this is the difference between public relations and publicity. Then the last part, that is corporate advertising. So what is corporate advertising? It is designed to promote. Okay, it is designed to promote the firm overall. Okay, as a whole, the whole company or the organization is promoted by enhancing its image, assuming a position on a social issue or a cause. Okay, so there is some social issue which is being taken by this particular company as a whole, or a cause they are fighting for it or working on it, or seeking direct involvement in something. Okay, so something is going on, then they go and join. Some protests are going on. There could be anything. It could be like the Kaveri issue. Okay, there were many people who had come. Okay, from various industries, the film stars and the various corporate people also were supporting it. So it is they are joining. Okay, they are joining the movement and they are advertising that we are there, we are there, we are there for you, and we are backing it up. So that is what is corporate advertising. So it does not promote any specific product or service. They are not telling that okay, buy this, buy that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Okay, from the sales point of view, sales or service point of view. Here they just say that yes, I am supporting this particular person. So here they are not promoting any specific product or service. Then comes role of corporate advertising. So what is the role? Why it is being done? To create a positive image for the firm. You already know why advertisements are done. Any kind of advertisements to have positive image about the company. Then to communicate the organization's view on social, business, and environmental issues. So if something is going on, so what I think as a company, okay, is being stated in the public. Okay, so what I think about it. So about the social issues, business issues, and the environmental issues. Then it should boost employee morale and smoothen the labor relations. So when some cause is there and the company says that I'm with them, so they get the they increase the morale of the employee, stating that yes, we are working in a just company where they are supporting the good things. Okay, and they smoothen the labor relations. Even the labor will have good opinion about the company if they don't have, or it is enhanced basically. So it should help the newly deregulated industries ease consumer uncertainty and answer investor questions. So basically, if some issue is there, okay. So for example, if you are having any financial issues or a marketing issue or some issue about a particular product, and you ask a particular person about this, okay, who is related to the industry or who is having a who is holding a very good position in some what you call group basically, okay, in some group or something where they deal with all these things. So if you ask a question over there, you'll get relevant answers because a person is there he is knowledgeable about the industry or the product or whatever. Plus, he is in a reputed stature. So whatever he says, okay, because of the knowledge plus whatever is going on, so it would be true, as it is coming out from a particular experienced person. You can call them as pro. Okay, pro or the knowledgeable person about a certain thing or a certain issue that's going on. So that this is the role of corporate advertising. Then types of corporate advertising: image advertising, event sponsorship, advocacy advertising, and cause related advertising. We just saw all these things. Then what is image advertising? It promotes the organization's overall image. So the objectives may include creating goodwill both internally and externally. So what is internally? To the employees. Okay. Externally to the general public. It could be the customers, prospect customers, or any other general public. Okay. Creating a position for the company and gathering resources, both human and financial. So here we can get good employees also. So by seeing what the company is doing, how they are doing, there might be people who are willing to join this particular company. So they are looking for opportunity to work with this particular company. It happens right with everyone. So why will people ask you, what's your dream company? So a dream company is something which is like you are impressed by it and you really want to work for it. So it could be anything. It could be the work culture. It could be the salary. It could be the way the company is behaving with the employees. Okay, or it could be the perks being given by the company to the employees. It could be anything. Basically, you have seen the company and you are impressed by it and you are really wanting to work for it. Okay. Then the methods of achieving this are: first one, general image or positioning ads. So these ads are designed to create an image of the firm in the public mind. So all the things as I told you, we are doing something related to the image, what the people think. Okay. So again here we are designing something where we are trying to create a particular image of the firm in the mind of the public. Then creating new names. So even this is one of the things where we are having different names for the company or for the different divisions. Okay, to attempt to create a new image. If certain image is already there of a certain company, now if something related to that comes out, people will have the same image in the mind. So you cannot change it. So what they do is they come up with new names. Okay, so example, if you see uh, Vivo, OnePlus, Oppo, and all, the owner is one, but why there are different companies? They are catering into different. This may also include different kinds of things here related to marketing and all. But here a part of it may fit proper to this, or uh, may have a proper fit for it. Like the same owner is coming up with three, four companies where he's catering different kinds of people. Like for example, if you take OnePlus, it is a premium segment. Okay, like when you compare it with Oppo or Vivo. Okay, so if somebody thinks of buying OnePlus, it may seem that okay, you should have more money. But for Vivo and Oppo, okay, the features are less. They are competing against each other. If you buy Oppo or if you buy Vivo, it's the same person who is getting benefited. So here he is putting two companies, okay, in the same segment, okay, and he is trying to fight with both the company with each other. So if you buy with Oppo or if you go with Vivo, he is the person who is in profits. So he is doing that kind of things. Okay. So here we are trying to change the name of the companies. Okay. So if you see, it is in the same market. Both the companies are coming up with mobiles. Okay, Oppo and Vivo. Both the companies are coming up with cheap mobiles and they are targeting the same segment of people. Okay, and they are coming up with similar things, in the sense similar features, okay, similar looks at a lesser price than the premium ones, right? So then here example: Accenture, Alliance, Verizon, Philips, Morris to Altair. So these are some of the companies who have different like companies who are related to them. Okay, that is used to change an existing image. For example, American Medical Association used image makeover to show their doctors as being caring, sharing, and sensitive. There could be some issues related to the behavior of the doctors or some issues which happened in the hospital and all. So what the American Medical Association did, it used the image makeover. So what they wanted to show, they wanted to show their doctors as being caring, sharing, and sensitive towards the patients. Okay, so that is what is image advertising. Then under this, if you see first one, general image or positioning ads. Second one, sponsorships. So what is sponsorship? It is the corporate image ads run on the TV program. How people are looking at it. So they show, okay, this is like this is like that. How big is this? How caring they are and what. So they are sponsoring. So they are designed to promote the corporation as a good citizen. Okay, then recruiting. These corporate ads are designed to attract new employees. So as I told, Dream Company and all, by seeing all these sponsorship ads and the good deeds, what they are doing, the people are very much inclined to work with these particular companies. Okay, or they want to be a part of these particular companies. That is where recruiting helps. Then generating financial support. It is an advertisement to generate investments in the corporation. The corporation tries to make itself attractive to potential stock purchasers and investors. So if you are doing good, if you are listed, again many people want to invest in your company. They want to be a part of it. So if they cannot be a part as a workforce, they will be part as a owner. Okay, so if you buy any company stocks, so you are a part owner. So similarly, you are again associated with the company. You can again, if you come up in the market stating that I need funds, okay, I can purchase my shares. I'm coming up with bonds or debentures. People are ready to buy. Okay, why? Because the good image is there in the market. Okay, so this is generating financial support. Then event sponsorship. What is event sponsorship? Event sponsorship can take forms like sports, entertainment, tours, attractions, festivals, fairs, causes, and arts. It could be anything. So you can sponsor any of these. Okay, in sports you might have seen. I told you about Vivo IPL. Okay, it is sports, entertainment, Mirchi Awards. Okay, so what is this? So awards given by music lecture or something. Then tours and travels. So you might have seen where some touring company or the TripAdvisor or Make My Trip, they are sponsoring particular what do you call event. Okay, then festivals. So Holi and all you might have seen people organizing Holi fairs or Dandiya at the time of Navratri and all. Okay, then causes donating to a particular person who is in need of operation or suffering with from cancer or so, where they need help and these people are helping you. Okay, then the organization must be careful about the type of sponsorship it is doing. It should not be very costly, and also it should not bring any type of bad publicity to the firm. Because as a person, if you, even if you are willing to help someone, so there is a limit. Okay, you cannot do something more than that. So company in general they are looking for profits. So they say, okay, where we are having less amount to be paid, plus there should be no bad publicity, okay, to happen. So they choose that kind of events or things. Then comes sports, receive maximum amount of sponsorship because viewers are more, so we are getting more sponsorship. So again in IPL, if you see the people, like not the people, the sportsmen who are playing, okay, or the players who are there. If you see the jersey, again there are multiple uh, sponsors who are there for that particular team. So as a whole, okay, Vivo is doing as a whole, but there are many companies who are only sponsoring particular teams. Okay, so even those are there. So here, most of the sports events are being done like this, or the sports teams are being sponsored. Okay, then event sponsors is very attractive as it gets company and the product name in front of the consumers. So example, sponsorship of cricket matches in India. Again, here the example. Then it leads to high visibility among the target audience. So as you are the main sponsor, as and when, like example, I'll give you some uh, decision has to be taken. It has gone to the third umpire. So as and when they are showing the board, okay, there will be advertisement of that particular company stating that, okay, until that particular decision comes out, you are basically looking at a board and a particular sponsor advertisement is being shown over here. Okay, so this is what is event sponsorship. Then it leads to high visibility. That's why, as you are looking keenly of what is the decision that will be coming, okay, just next to it, you will be having the uh, image or a symbol of that particular sponsor. So till then, you are looking at that particular image only. Okay, till the decision comes out. When consumers purchase a product that sponsored their favorite sport. So many times it happens, okay, these people are basically doing like sponsoring this particular event, so I will buy. Okay, or like PNG and all, I gave the examples in the previous classes where if you buy the product of PNG and all, they are helping build the infrastructure of schools and all. So if you cannot build it, so anyway you are using it, you will think that okay, I'll buy the products at least. They are helping on our behalf. We will help them. So that is what is the mentality of the people. So they are basically trying to attract the customers in buying their product by doing donations of some part of whatever you have bought. That's what they say. Then event sponsorship provides an opportunity for companies whose product ads are banned. Okay, like tobacco, liquor, and all. So you cannot have a direct what do you call advertisement. So what they do? They basically sponsor the events. Okay. So what on TV? If you see some music awards are there, okay, or some any kind of event that a particular TV does on some particular things, like at the time of fairs or at the time of some festivals. So they are having some programs where these people usually sponsor them. Okay, so like for example, Association of Gurkha Companies with film awards and all. Okay, star what do you call IFA awards or something. So those things, those people are basically sponsoring these particular prestigious events. What is being called as. Yeah, then advocacy advertising. What is this? It addresses social, business, and environmental issues. Okay, it is concerned with propagating ideas and elucidating controversial social issues of public importance. So some things were controversial, you are taking a side and you are trying to promote it, that particular issue. Okay, in a manner that supports the interests of the sponsor. So in what way they want, they'll support them. Okay, then the image of the firm is portrayed by adopting a position in a particular issue rather than promoting the organization itself. Their comments stand with for or against of that particular issue. Okay, our stand is this on this issue. So they will not do anything else. They will not promote their product. They will not do anything. So by just taking a side, okay, a publicity happens to you. Okay, a kind of advertisement is being done of those particular company. Then example, if you see portrayed by Jagore ad from Tata Tea. Okay, the Tata Tea is there, but what is that telling? Jagore against the social issues that are happening. Okay, so you might have seen many ads of Jagore from Tata Tea. So what they are doing, they are just showing that okay, we are with these kinds of people, we are opposing certain things. So that is what is Jago. So you could have heard of Jago Grahak Jago also. So this is a slogan where it is said that okay, as a customer, you are having some rights. Okay, so you can go to consumer code and all. That is what they are saying. Jago Grahak Jago. Then it may sometimes be a reaction to a negative publicity also, so that you are basically bringing back your image, good image in the eyes of the customers. Then it may be an idea the firm want accepted or to have the society understand its concern. If there are misconception about something, this company or the organization comes and it basically takes its side and it will tell you why they are taking this side, and it is basically accepting or trying to uh, make the society accept that particular idea. Okay, that is advocacy advertising. Then cause-oriented advertising, where the organizations link with charities or non-profits. Okay, so organizations as contributing sponsors. For example, Mindtree with Spastics Society of Karnataka. So what is this? This is basically uh, where the people or the kids are basically having some kind of uh, disability, physical disability due to inefficient growth of the brain. You might see in many people, their body is growing, but the behavior is completely different. Okay, the hands will not be in their control, or the legs will not be in their control. Okay, they'll be looking here and there. So this is due to not proper development of the brain. So there are some societies, okay, in India that is spastic. So these people are basically taking care of those people. So mind tree is with that community or that society basically. That means they are associating themselves with these people. Okay, if anything is required, some sponsorship or anything, so it will be done by these people. So this is cause relating advertisement, and the companies benefit from favorable publicity because they are associated with them and they are helping them, and there is some benefits or some publicity happening in which it helps the company. Then this can take various shapes like making right donations, outright donations. That means other when somebody is asking, you are giving them donations. Then having companies volunteer for the cause. Okay, then donating materials, whatever is being required by them. Okay, then comes running public service announcements. Okay, so don't drink and drive. Okay, follow traffic rules. So see, these are some of the public service announcements which are being taken by these particular people also. Okay, then comes providing event refreshments. So at a particular event, these people are sponsoring the refreshments. This is a cause because people are hungry and they may or may not buy, but these people are arranging for it. The companies are arranging for the refreshments. Okay, then comes limitations of these things. So what is the limitation? There are no strong evidence to support the belief that corporate advertisement works. So people are doing all kinds of things, but there is no evidence that doing this corporate advertisement will work basically for them. Okay, they think that it is working and they will do it. But there is in reality there is no evidence as such which supports the claims of this particular corporate advertising. Then some critics comment that since large firms have more money, they can control the opinion of the public unfairly. Okay, so many a times it so happens that people think these people are having so much of money they can do. Okay, they are basically controlling the way the people are thinking by spending out lot of money doing all these things. A certain people, a certain set of people even might think like this. So it might be really you are doing it for that, or you might be really helping those people, but still people think that you are having money, so you can play around with the thinking capacity of the people. Then many customers see such advertisements as unfair and immediately take a negative view of the sponsor. Like connected to the previous point, people might think you are having so much of money, you are doing all these things. So just to cover up what you're doing. Like tobacco companies or the liquor companies doing some good things. Okay, people might have even wrong conception about them. They are making so much of money, a small part is given here. Okay, but still they have a negative opinion. Suddenly they think that okay, he is the sponsor. Okay, I know now. They are trying to cover up something. So this is a kind of view. Even some part of the community or some part of the people think about these particular sponsorships. Okay, that is the advertising of corporate or the corporate advertising. So these are some of the limitations of doing it. Okay, so I think we are coming to the end of module 4. Okay, so today we are completing module 4, and in the next class we will start with module 5. So, any doubts in module 4 that you might have? Yes, students, any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, then. So, we'll stop for the class today, then we'll start with module 5 in the next class. Okay, students, bye. Take care.